What is going on, Pats Nation? It's Patriots Global back here with another video. Gonna try to make this a quick one. Just kind of want to discuss the rumors going around here about the New England Patriots. Ironically, about a guy that I talked about in my latest video in Leonard Fournette. As we all know by now, Leonard Fournette was just released by the Jacksonville Jags, going into his fourth year into the NFL. He's a guy that was selected and thought very high of in, I believe it was the 2017 draft, where I believe, if I'm right, he was selected with the fourth pick overall. So he was selected before guys like Deshaun Watson and even Patrick Mahomes. While we are not 120% sure why the Jags decided to move on from him, when they had another year with him under contract for about $4 million, which isn't too bad. There is just some speculation going around, one, because he is a bit injury prone, but two, the Jags are kind of switching their offensive scheme and their play style from a hardcore running team, kind of trying to switch it up for 2020 to a heavy passing team. And, Leonard Fournette is the type of guy where he wants to be the lead back. So kind of what Sony Michel is for the New England Patriots, that's what Leonard Fournette wants to be, and probably even a little bit more. And I guess the Jags just believed that they knew that they weren't going to be able to give him the snaps he wanted, and they didn't want it to become a, issue in the locker room and cause some divide, because that is just cancerous to any team and, success for a team. They heavily, and I mean heavily, tried to find a trade partner for Leonard Fournette. They would have given up the littlest thing. They would have taken the littlest thing, literally even a day 3 pick. If they were just given a 7th round pick, even if it was the last 7th round pick in the entire draft, they would have taken that, but they couldn't find any single team to make that type of trade for. He then went through waivers. A lot of people expected him to get claimed by a team, but nobody decided to claim him off of waivers, which is why he is now a free agent. He's expected to, go wherever he wants now, because, he doesn't have to base it off of what team decides to claim him off of waivers. And his contract, his rookie contract, is completely canceled out. So whichever team does decide to sign him will be a whole new contract. But according to Incarcerated Bob, guys, this is not coming from me, okay? This is coming from Incarcerated Bob, who, to some people, at least, from the name of the reporter, a lot of people are like, it's not legit. But this guy has been right multiple times about the New England Patriots. He's come out multiple times before other sources and has been right about it. More specifically for trades the Patriots make and signings the Patriots make. So while I wouldn't totally rely on this, I definitely would keep an eye on it, because this guy has really proven to be reliable in the past. But he's basically reporting that the New England Patriots are currently in contract talks with Leonard Fournette. That does not mean that they're signing him. They're just kind of talking about a potential contract, seeing where things could go, kind of hearing his side on what he's looking for, potential-wise from a contract, and then, of course, what the New England Patriots are looking to give up for a contract. But again, right now, there is no official signing or anything like that. And again, because Incarcerated Bob has kind of done this type of thing before about the New England Patriots, where he's reported things that other reporters like Adam Schefter or Ian Rappaport haven't reported before, and then he was the first one who did it and ended up being correct, and you guys are just constantly DMing me, the news and the tweets from Incarcerated Bob, and of course all the other Patriots accounts posting this. I decided it was time to make a video on it. Especially because the Patriots have been heavily linked back to Leonard Fournette ever since he was released by the Jags. But before we continue to hop into this, guys, sports are finally making their way back. Everything is 100% finally coming right back, at least for now. So, of course, what does that mean? It means that you are getting your chances back to bet on these. And the best place to do this is with our online exclusive wagering partner, betonline.ag. Of course, basketball's back. The Major League Baseball has finally started this upcoming summer and is a full swing, and there is no shortage of ways to get in on that action. BetOnline also has the best odds, futures, and props for you to get on, and as sports start to return, BetOnline has sat down with Eddie George from the NFL and other players from sports to kind of get their opinion on what it's going to be like to play sports without fans and what they are calling a fandemic. BetOnline has you covered for all your online casino needs, whether that's betting on sports, TV shows, or just playing, poker or blackjack or whatnot. So go ahead and visit betonline.ag today to check out all of the odds and up-to-date sports news. Don't forget to sign up and take advantage of all the new welcome back to sports bonuses, guys. This is BetOnline, your online wagering experts. But back to Leonard Fournette. This is the type of move that I've kind of been, I don't even want to say 50-50, more like 60-40 about, just because I don't think the need is totally there. I think Leonard Fournette is a great player. I think he would be a really great addition to the Patriots, of course, but this isn't a total need, especially because with the group of running backs we have, personally, I'm happy with it. I like Damian Harris. I like Sony Michel. I really like Lamar Miller. I really loved the addition of him. I think he brings some versatility here for New England, and he also brings a fast aspect, an elusive aspect of a running back, and I really want to see what he's able to do. And when we're looking at this aspect, there's already 5 running backs on the New England Patriots current roster. That's Sony Michel, James White, Rex Burkhead, Damian Harris, and Lamar Miller. When I look at this situation, the Patriots are not going to let go of Damian Harris. They're definitely not going to let go of James White. They love Rex Burkhead. I would be shocked to see them let go of him. I'd also be pretty shocked to see them let go of Sony Michel, but maybe a surprise trade could potentially occur, but that's something that I wouldn't bet on, especially because Leonard Fournette is a more injury-prone version than Sony Michel. So then if you add Fournette to that mix, you're looking at 6 running backs, and there is zero chance that the New England Patriots are wasting 6 roster spots on just running backs. Especially when you look at last season, they carried 5 guys, and they weren't able to have all 5 of those guys getting in the mix. Damian Harris, he had to sit out the entire season just because, one, I think that they just weren't ready to throw him in necessarily, but 2, there just wasn't a need for him. They couldn't get all of the guys within the rotation. And the thing about Leonard Fournette is part of the reason he was let go was because he wants to be that lead back. He wants to be the star back who gets a lot of looks, and the Patriots are a rotational team, especially if you're going to run with 5-6 running backs. Obviously, you're not going to get the snaps that you got when you were with Jacksonville. And at this point, we are right around the bend to 53-man roster cutdowns. This is happening 4 p.m. this coming Saturday. So if the Patriots do sign Leonard Fournette, he's making the roster, which ultimately means that one of those other 5 guys that I listed within the Patriots running back group isn't going to be with the New England Patriots. And of course, that definitely is worrisome because look, Leonard Fournette would just be coming into the New England Patriots system literally a week or 2 before the first regular season game that the New England Patriots have, a couple days before final 53-man roster cutdowns. At least all of the running backs the Patriots have at least been around the team for a little bit of time now. You have Sony Michel, Damian Harris, James White, Rex Burkhead. All of those guys have been here for at least 1 season, at least. And then you have Lamar Miller, who maybe he was just taken off the PUP list, but he has a few practices now under his belt and has been able to actually, watch and sit on the sideline during training camp and learn the playbook, although he wasn't able to physically be out there. And the thing here about Leonard Fournette is that, one, he isn't going to be a super fast running back. When I said he ran a 4.51 or a 4.51, I'm sorry, someone commented saying that, why am I saying that that's slow? That's actually fast. And a 4.5 for, a running back, or even just a 4.5 in general is not fast. Now, he's not super slow or anything like that, but a 4.5 is not fast in the NFL. So he isn't a guy who has nice burst off the line. He isn't elusive. But what I will say is that when he's in open space, his agility does kind of kick in when he does have that open space. And that's kind of when you do see a little bit more of that speed, but he's not a speedster, period. he also is pretty much just a one-dimensional running back, which the Patriots just aren't really a fan of. That's not something they like. Sony Michel really is a one-dimensional running back, and that's something they don't like about him. That's something that they've been really trying super hard to change. I mean, even Lamar Miller has way more capability and versatility than Leonard Fournette, than Sony Michel. So really, if this signing does happen, if the New England Patriots do get a contract, which again, take everything here with a grain of salt until something truly does happen, but it would just bring up a lot of questions here. So it's going to be interesting to see how things pan out because, like I said, ever since he was let go by the Jags, he's just been heavily linked back to the New England Patriots, and you're just constantly hearing more and more about New England and him as days go on. So definitely a story to watch, but that's going to be it for today's video. What are your guys' thoughts on Leonard Fournette and the New England Patriots possibly talking about a contract? Let me know in the comment section below. Remember to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already for all of your New England Patriots news. But like always, thank you all so much for watching. I'll catch you in my next video.